I know at this point in time, a lot of you are worried with what's happening in the market, especially why is Bitcoin crashing and a lot of other cryptocurrency also crashing with it as well. Guys, I want to tell you people something about crypto, okay? Coming from someone who has been into crypto since 2016, this is 2025. Going to 9 years now of being in this industry, I will say I have seen all of it, and there is nothing right now happening across the globe that Bitcoin have not seen before. Bitcoin has been through even tougher situations than this and came out of it. Let's even count it. Is it the one in Syria? Is it the Syria war? Is it that of Afghanistan? You guys remember in between 2020 to 2021 when Joe Biden pulled out the US military away from Afghanistan, and Afghanistan became the first country to be taken over by a proscribed set of people. Right now, same thing in Iraq. Then we also have Russia versus Ukraine. Now, crypto has been through all this and came out of it. Let's not also forget that of Israel versus Palestine, the Palestinians from 2023 to 2024 and all that. Right now, all these things happen, and yet, yes, of course, Bitcoin will normally go down when these things are happening. But after the whole battle and everything, Bitcoin always finds its way back to the top. And there's one thing I want to let you people know, right? Anytime Bitcoin goes down as a result of global instability, do you notice that when Bitcoin wants to bounce back up, it does 3 or 4 times what it was before those civil disobedience took place? I don't want to call it what it is. I prefer to use the word civil disobedience, but I'm sure you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Now, let me tell you something again about Bitcoin. For me, per se, I think this is one too many, and I think this narrative will soon change. I'm talking about the narrative of where anytime there is a war happening anywhere across the globe, Bitcoin will be going down. That scenario, right? That whole thing is wrong. It is not supposed to be so. It is supposed to be that whenever there is any instability anywhere across the world, Bitcoin is supposed to be pumping. Why do I say so? Here's the thing. Whenever there is instability anywhere, let's assume there is instability in your country or in your region where you live right now. People's houses, buildings are going down. You have this international ballistic whatever coming and, destroying people's properties, destroying people's wealth. Banks are going down. Different kind of government infrastructure is going down. You have a lot of civil disobedience, right? Now, in that situation, what will be the safest place for you to keep your money? Definitely not in cash, because that instability is going to cause a lot of disorganization in your country. A lot of infrastructure will break down, including the banks where you keep money. Now, the safest place for you to keep your money is in crypto, because even if you think you're going to buy gold, bro, I want to ask you, in the time of war, is it safer for you to have your money in crypto or have your money in gold? Which one do you think will be safer for you? If you have your money in gold in times of war, when maybe your next door neighbor does not have food to feed his family and you have gold in your possession, what do you think will happen to your gold? What do you think is going to happen to you? Or perhaps there is war, everybody's running to save their life. You will be running to pack your bag of gold. Is that the wise thing for any man to do? A man who wants to protect and provide for his family. Now, so I'm telling you people this because I have studied this thing for over 8 years now, and I can tell you guys, I think that narrative is wrong, and it will soon change. It will soon become something else, because it is wrong that the global instability, destability is going on and crypto should be going down. That is wrong, and I think there are people who are actually doing this because they want to plant that narrative. But I think the next time something like this will come on, Bitcoin or the entire cryptocurrency world will take a different route. It's going to shock a whole lot of people, because guys, this war right now happening in the Middle East, let's not forget that a lot of these Middle Easterners right now are actually scampering for their life. But one thing that they always carry with them along is their mobile phone. And with their mobile phone, they can have access to Bitcoin. Not just Bitcoin, but cryptocurrency entirely. You can easily have your Bitcoin, you swap it to USDT and use USDT to do transaction. So let's assume me and you meet right now in the middle of the desert, in the middle of nowhere, and I want to do transaction and there is no bank around there. Provided that I could get a mobile telecommunication signal to power my phone, connect me to the internet, I can easily transfer my crypto to you. I can easily convert Bitcoin or Solana or Ethereum, just maybe a little portion of it, maybe like $10-20, convert it, and then I'll just transfer to you. I don't need the bank to be there. And one thing you need to know here is this: anytime these wars are coming and services of the bank will be disrupted, right? Even after the war, before services of the bank will be restored, it could take weeks. People will go through hell when it comes to doing transactions. But crypto does not need any government approval, does not need any government security backup before it can operate. The bank do, because when there is civil disobedience in your street right now, all the bank structures, all the bank buildings are being burnt down to ground zero, and tomorrow it's okay, no more war, everywhere is at peace. You think in just 1 hour or in just 24 hours, the bank will just come back and raise their building, build their structure within 24 hours, and they are back and the staff will be seated and they are ready to attend to customers? You think that's possible? That is not possible. And to an extent, it can also, even if you think, oh, we don't even need the bank infrastructure to come back, all we need is let's just have network on our phone, we can use our mobile banking app. Now, here is the thing. Are you aware that there are extents to damages that this bank will go through, that even having access to your bank account online will no longer be available until the bank has been able to access the damage to what has happened to their structures and be able to reorganize themselves back before they can provide services for users? That cannot happen to crypto. And that is the reason why I'm telling you people right now that I believe it's a wrong idea that when there is civil unrest anywhere, I'm not trying to say Bitcoin is an evangelist for war, but I'm just trying to tell you here that Bitcoin is a safe haven when there is war, not a catalyst for war, but a safe haven when there is war. Are you getting me? So I believe it's a very, very wrong notion that there's a civil disobedience going around the world and the price of cryptocurrencies are going down. I think it's a wrong one. I think it's a wrong thing, and I believe so much that this whole thing is going to change. So guys, this is the right time for those of you who have the money to be buying into the market. Bitcoin crashed to around 98,000. Right now it's back again to 100,000. Guys, Bitcoin is not going to give up the battle so easily. Remember right now that Bitcoin has the crown on its head. From 2010, when Bitcoin was released to the public, to 2023, Bitcoin happens to be a king without a crown, a king that has no throne, a king that has no crown on his head. But from January 2024, the Bitcoin ETF was approved. That ETF was what gave Bitcoin the crown and gave Bitcoin its throne. And guess what? The throne that Bitcoin is sitting on right now is an iron throne with a golden crown on its head right now. Bitcoin have several ETF, multiple ETFs on top of it. So this asset is not something you want to joke with, guys. Okay, so anybody who's thinking Bitcoin is crashing, crypto is going to crash, you have a whole lot to learn. You have a whole lot coming for you, guys. We have the ETF right now on Bitcoin. We have smart money on Bitcoin. We have nations' wealth on Bitcoin, if you know what that means. We have institutional investors and money in their billions in Bitcoin. So if you're thinking Bitcoin is crashing to zero or Bitcoin is crashing 50%, you are absolutely wrong. That cannot happen at this point in time because of the vested interest on cryptocurrencies. I made a video where I gave out 10 cryptocurrencies people should be buying in this month of June. So if you have some change with you, now that the market is down, this is the right time for you to buy some cryptocurrency. So if you want to watch that video, the link will be appearing up here. That is if you're watching me on YouTube only. You will get that link, watch that video, and you will see 10 cryptocurrencies that you should be buying in this month of June. Guys, at this point in time, if you have not subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. Hit the subscribe button and follow me on TikTok and every other social media platform. I will see you guys in the next video. Obi Crypto over and out.
This is not a financial advice. Do your own research.
Obi Crypto, hey, money they go, no good don't make you savvy road. Every update, it makes sense.